Next question to the Rav. Question about Hafrashas Challah. Hafrashas Challah. If one buys sliced bread that was likely not separated, does one should one separate it? If so, how do we do bread or pastries?
Okay, that's a very good question. So if it was Jewish bakery, so most likely they separated, right? So if it's not Jewish bakery, so they not not obligated to separate, and you're not obligated to separate. Understand? So like basically, if you buy bread, you're not obligated to separate challah. But challah is a piece. Just not confuse anybody. So the big bread is called challah, and small piece, biblically that we allowed, we are obligated to separate, is called challah. But I'm going to explain when this situation actually very very like practical. So the situation is as follows: person need dough, like big batch. It's almost 5 pounds. It's like what is it? 4 pounds, 14 ounces, 30, like a lot. So, for example, where we live, we have this of flour. I'm talking of flour. I'm not talking about dough. I'm talking about flour. So it's a lot. So if a person needs it like that much flour, which is a lot, as we said, and so with water, it's huge, a huge batch, and a person is obligated to separate challah, right? Or even if a person did that to 2.5 pounds, above 2.5 pounds, or something like that, or 2.2 pounds, so a person has to separate without blessing, and 5 pounds, or approximately 5 pounds, with a blessing. So let's say in the first or the second category, doesn't matter. So the only difference, we're going to say blessing or not going to say the blessing. That's the only difference, right? So person did not separate, right? So if it's a regular day, right? So you can separate from bread. That's it. So you can just cut a piece of bread and you say that this is going to be challah, right? So, but I don't think you make any blessing on the final product. Or, for example, if so it's easy. If it's weekday, that's simple. You separate. Just right. So you separate. So even though there's no minimum requirement of how much to separate, but I would say suggest I do kizayis. So I mean in kizayis it's like 1 ounce, 28 grams approximately, right? So you got a piece of bread, but the problem is when it's Shabbos. So Shabbos you're not allowed to separate challah, right? Why? Because you're fixing the product. So you're not allowed to eat the bread because there is a forbidden food. So challah, just to remind us, right? Challah has a status of forbidden food, like it's not kosher. So some people have a custom to burn it in a stove. You're not allowed to burn like open, like just put it on a rack and burn it. Why? Because it is forbidden food. It's like you cook the non-kosher meat. So what we do, you wrap in thin foil, right? A double wrap and put it there, and it's going to stay in a stove. And they actually say it's proper not to have anything else in the stove. Of course, some people want to save time and money, not to use so much gas or electricity or whatever they use, and they will want to put something else on the side. So even though if it's covered after the fact, there is no problem, but proper, just avoid it because because it is considered to be forbidden food. Unless other food is also covered, then there is no problem. You can do that, right? So that's about challah. But on Shabbos you're not allowed to cut. So there are 2 reasons why. First reason, we have this melacha that is forbidden, makik bepatish. So makik bepatish as striking the last blow of the hammer. So before this thing was not allowed was incomplete, whatever was it, right? And now you did something and made it completely usable. What you did? You separate challah. That's why it's not allowed, right? It's first reason. And second reason, on Shabbos you have to have lechem mishnah. So lechem mishnah, 2 breads, right? 2 complete breads. So if you're going to separate challah, you're not going to have complete breads. So in this case, our sages, it's only in diaspora. In Israel, it's not going to work like that because it's biblical. Here, it's rabbinical or custom. I think it's still. We go by the opinion that it's rabbinical in diaspora, right? So the 2 reasons that you should not cut this piece of challah. So they say eat bread, separate a little bigger piece, like not separate, like leave over, and after Shabbos you can separate. So meaning the separate meaning you don't leave a tiny piece like over. So there is nothing to separate. Leave a little bigger piece and separate challah, and that's it. So that's what we do, right? And pastries, I'm not sure how much pastries you need to make, to bake. So it would be like let's say even without blessing, 2.5 pounds. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? So it's would not require so like challah. So if it's less than 2, I think it's 2.2 pounds, right? So to 2.2 pounds, what is it? Approximately 1 kilo. I don't exactly know, but approximately plus minus, right? So only this like flour, right? In this case, you would need to separate without blessing. But if you do pastries, like I don't know, unless you have 10 people eating, maybe then you're going to have so much dough, but otherwise not. Okay, that's an answer about challah.
Rabbi.
You're welcome.
Yes, my friend says, should we assume unless stipulated on the packaging that the bread has not been separated, even if it's from a kosher store?
Yes, yeah. I mean, the stamp kosher. Actually, no. If it says pas Israel, meaning a bread baked by a Jew, yes, we can assume that. But if it's only kosher or whatever this other kosher brands, most likely it's not kosher bakery, so they're not obligated to separate challah. So you're okay. There is no problem. You're welcome. So you must separate from your dough. So if it's not your dough, so you're not obligated to separate, basically.
Yeah, Rabbi.
You're welcome.